Good morning, dear children. Once again, I welcome you all to our class. Children, as we all know that the outer surface of our planet Earth is covered with different water bodies and landforms. From high snow-covered mountains to lower hills and then the flat green lands. Somewhere we have the coastal areas, somewhere desert and plateaus and much more. Similarly, our incredible country India also has a variety of different landforms. These varied landforms are called physical features. A map that shows these features is called a physical map. So children, today we are going to discuss some important and varied landforms of our country India. Let us start with the northern mountains. To the north of India stand the mighty Himalayas. These mountain ranges are so high and so cold that some of the peaks are forever covered with snow. The Himalayan mountains stretch from the northwest to the northeast. They stop the cold winds that blow from the north. Without them, even the plains of the north would be freezing and filled with snow. Rivers such as the Ganga and the Yamuna flow through the plains of the north. These are formed by the melting snow of the Himalayas. As the higher peaks of the Himalayas are cold and rocky, plants cannot grow there. The lower ranges have forests, towns and villages. Now, towards the south of the Himalayas lies the northern plains of India. These are flat lands formed by the fertile soil left behind by the Himalayan rivers. This fine soil is called silt and is good for growing different kind of crops. A lot of people live in the northern plains. There are villages, towns and cities. It is generally very hot in summers and cold in winters in the plain. Plains are also considered suitable for the construction purpose like the building of roads and buildings. Now talking about the Thar Desert. It is also called the Great Indian Desert. It lies in the northwestern part of India. It covers a lot of the state of Rajasthan. The desert area is hot and dry. At times, sandstorms blow to cover everything. It does not rain very often in the desert. Water is less and people staying there often need to walk a long way to fetch water from deep wells. Since the soil is dry and water is hard to get, it is difficult to grow plants and trees in the desert. Only plants like date palms and cactus grow here. Now children, do you know that an oasis is an area of a desert that has water and some plants growing around it? It can be big or small. These places provide rest, shade, food and water for the people who travel through the hot sandy desert. Isn't it interesting, children? Now the next important landform of our country is the plateau. The Deccan Plateau is a large triangular plateau in India, covering up the majority of the southern part of the country. Children, a plateau is an area of flat land that is higher than the land around. Deccan Plateau lies in the peninsular part of India. It is a rocky area and a raised level of land. It does not rise as high as a mountain or a hill that ends in a peak. It is more like a raised tabletop. Now children, do you know that our state Madhya Pradesh lies between the northern plains Himalayas in the north and Deccan Plateau in the south. Our state is characterized by low hills, extensive plateaus and river valleys. Our city Bhopal is located on the Malwa Plateau. Mining is very common in Madhya Pradesh. Mining means digging out important minerals like coal, diamond, etc. from the earth. So children, as I told you, the Deccan Plateau lies in the peninsular part of India. So let us discuss what is a peninsula. A peninsula is a land that reaches out into the sea. That means the part of land that meets the sea. It is surrounded by water on three sides but is joined to the mainland on one side. A large part of southern India is a peninsula and a plateau. In fact, it is known as the Great Indian Peninsula or the Deccan or the Southern Plateau. You will notice that Deccan Plateau is surrounded by Arabian Sea in the west, the Bay of Bengal in the east and Indian Ocean in the south. And in the north, we have the Great Himalayas. The Satpura and the Vindhya ranges of hills in central India separate the Deccan Plateau from the plains of the north. Now children, as we all know that India is a peninsula and is surrounded by water on three sides. So, the coastal plains is another important feature of our country, India. Children, a coastal plain is an area of flat land that is situated alongside a water body, often a sea or an ocean. The Deccan Plateau slopes down to the coastal plains. Children, a coast is a land near a sea or an ocean, a place where land meets water. Mountain ranges known as the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats separate the Deccan Plateau from the coastal plains. These mountains are not as high as the Himalayan mountains. Both the eastern and the coastal plains meet at Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. The coastal plains are fertile and a number of crops are grown here. A large number of minerals are also found in this area. The temperature is mild throughout the year. That means it is neither too hot nor too cold. Children, do you know that all the popular beaches of India are located along the coastal region? The beaches of Goa, Karnataka, Daman and Diu are very popular on the western side. On the eastern coast, there are beaches like Puri in Odisha and Marina Beach in Chennai. Children, as we all know that India is a beautiful country with a variety of physical features. Another important feature of our country, India, is the island areas. Off the coast of India, there are two main island areas or regions. These are areas surrounded by water on all sides. On the eastern side in the Bay of Bengal, we have the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The other group of islands, the Lakshadweep, is located on the Arabian Sea. These islands are beautiful places and have many people visiting them every year. Now children, we all know what is a peninsula and an island. Now let us quickly discuss some of the differences between them. Children, A peninsula is covered by water from three sides, whereas it is connected with the mainland from one side. One example of peninsula is our country, India. It is surrounded by Arabian Sea in the west, Bay of Bengal in the east, and Indian Ocean in the south, whereas it is connected with the mainland on one side. Children, we can travel to peninsula using land, water, or air transport. On the other hand, an island is surrounded by water from all the sides and is cut off from the mainland. Actually, an island is an isolated piece of land. That means it has no connection with the mainland. One example of an island is Andaman and Nicobar group of islands located in the Bay of Bengal. It is a group of islands surrounded by water from all sides. Children, one can travel to an island using water or air transport only. As it is not connected to the land, we cannot use land transport to go there. Now children, it's time for the task of the day. You are going to mark all these physical features on the physical map of India, color them and send the picture of the same to your teacher. And the second task is you are going to answer this question. Now children, as we all know that a large part of the water of the rivers in the North India comes from the melting snow of the Himalayas. However, in the Deccan Plateau, there are no mountains that are high enough to be snow-covered. So, from where do you think the rivers in the Deccan Plateau get their water? Think about it, write the answer, click a pic and send it to your teacher. Children, our country India is a big and beautiful country. It is divided into many states and union territories. The states and union territories are further subdivided into cities, towns and villages. All these places are located on different landforms. We will read about some of these states and union territories as we go ahead. So children, I hope you enjoyed today's class. Have a nice day. Thank you.